HarrisNarration.com presents Making Money Hand Over Fist, How Generosity Expedites Wealth Creation. Written by L. David Harris. Narrated by the author. Chapter 1. The Idea of Generosity. As it is written, He hath dispersed abroad, He hath given to the poor, His righteousness remaineth forever. He that ministereth seed to the sower, both minister bread for your food, and multiply your seed sown, and increase the fruits of your righteousness, being enriched in everything to all bountifulness, which causeth through us thanksgiving to God. 2 Corinthians chapter 9, verses 9 through 11, Christian Bible. Generosity is an idea which has been anchored in Western and Middle Eastern traditions for centuries, although it has not always been known under that name. For us to better understand its continuing significance in our everyday lives, it is useful to think of generosity as an idea embedded within a wider context of hospitality, love, charity, and tolerance. Hospitality is a deeply integrated idea throughout the Middle East. In particular, the Arabic and Islamic traditions remind us that we all have a duty towards strangers and encourages us not to just provide them with shelter, but also the finest food and drink we can offer. If we take a look at generosity from a historical perspective, we will find its roots are deeply embedded in the Hebrew Bible. Christians believe that offering hospitality to strangers, especially orphans, widows, and the poor, is a way to honor their God. But the ancient Greeks also got in on the act. Aristotle called it the third virtue of character, along with temperance and courage. The classical philosopher described generosity as a method of parting with wealth that steers a middle course between wastefulness and avarice. The truly generous person, Aristotle argued, does not share his or her wealth indiscriminately. They instead find ways of giving that are noble and worthy, and it could be quite a tricky process which required giving the right amount to the right people at the right time. It goes without saying, we should give gladly, and with no thought of ourselves. He goes on to suggest that giving to people of dubious character, or who respond to generosity with flattery, is, quite frankly, defeating the object and undermines the entire purpose of giving. Another couple of centuries down the line, and we find that Thomas Aquinas, probably the greatest scholar of medieval times, taking Aristotle's ideas and developing them into his own understanding of generosity. Aquinas' version concentrates on how, by abandoning our attachment to money and possessions, we find better use.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?